I'm talking
It's
about.
because of the blue eyes, bro. We got the blue eyes.
That's right. Drives the ladies crazy.
You know that's right.
Oh, and we are live once again from Orlando. Oh, Chris Hofstra? They look brown eyes. Yeah, you're full of shit. That's why.
You got that right.
We love you. But we're live from Orange County Convention Center, Orlando, Florida. I'm with my great friend Charlie Cina with One Tap Connect. How the hell you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Glad we finally got to do this. We're always too busy at each other's booths. You're busy. You come to my booth. I'm busy. So
Yes,
took a minute,
it did.
but let's party.
That's right. You know, good things come to those that work hardest for it, right?
That's true.
We're not going to wait around. We're going to continue to keep pushing through. We're going to keep working hard to get where we need to go to impact people's lives and on a professional and personal level. I know what you do is impacting a lot of contractors and probably those that work for you. I got to meet them today. So why don't you tell our viewers and our guests that are watching today exactly what One Tap Connect is and what it can do for you?
Well, really quickly, I've been in the home improvement space. So I had a window covering company, did tile, marble, probably could have been a general contractor and should have. But fast forward, it always bothered me when I'd go out to a home or I'd be out prospecting. You'd hand somebody a business card and they'd say, I'll call you. It ends up in the trash. They forget your name. You go back to them a week later and they hired somebody else. So I couldn't find your card. So in creating One Tap Connect, I wanted to have a tool that would allow me to have immediate impact and influence on somebody to where I could tap their phone or text this to them over the phone and literally walk them through my story, who I am, what I do, how I can serve them, show my truth, authenticity, and proof that I was a professional and I could deliver on the products and services that I was offering. So my whole thing was, how do you brand, position, and differentiate yourself to get people's attention and start a conversation that ultimately converts into a client?
I love that.
And that's what One Tap Connect's all about.
I love that. Say that one more time. Brand,
position, and differentiate. And that is a formula that I've used my entire life. And no matter what business I've been in, right? We're on the client acquisition business. It doesn't matter whether we're selling roofs, flooring, you're an insurance, you're a financial advisor.
Right.
You have to know how to brand, position, and differentiate yourself.
Right.
So the tool allows you to present yourself in a way that's unforgettable at the first point of contact.
Right.
Because when someone says, do you have a card? And you tap somebody's phone, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to see this here on the podcast, but I'm going to pull it up regardless. And up pops everything that there is. This is one of my clients in Arizona, right? But everything's right there. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
I love that.
Video on the company, your Google reviews. I can request a quote. I can see all your certifications, all your services, and most importantly, before and after shots of the job. So most digital cards or paper cards, it's a transfer of information.
Right.
What I want to do was show transformation. If you hire me to do your roof, here's what your roof looked like. Here's what it's going to look like when I'm done. Right. If you're not sure if I can deliver, let me click this button and listen to Mrs. Smith's testimonial saying she found me off of Google and I showed up on time and the house was cleaner than, when I was done than when I took it over before the roof was put on.
Wow.
So that's the whole concept. And the great thing about what I do, and we can't turn the camera, but like I've got clients of me that know me, the relationships that I've built, like people genuinely call me every day and love the product. And I've been like you in a million different, so the million different products are been in different businesses. I've never had as many people call me, text me, or see me at a show come up, these big burly dudes that are contractors giving me a hug going, brother, I love your product. So
absolutely,
I love what I do because it's really making an impact.
It really is. And that impact, the impression. So that's impression number one. I don't know how many people I've had compliment me on this and how easy It is, because I've seen other products where it's like you can't get the QR code to pop up. It won't tap on somebody's phone. It's like you're sitting there messing with it for 2 or 3 minutes, and somebody's attention span is they start to get irritated. It's like finally, then you just like, give me your number and I'll text you. Well, with your product, Charlie, and I swear to you, I don't know how many people I've tapped today. I couldn't carry enough business cards with me to a 5,000 person venue that we're at right now. There's no way. And I bet I tapped at least 100 people today, probably closer to 200 people today. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Plus leave the impression that I left with 100 people today, the way that I did today with One Tap Connect.
Well, and that's the bingo, right? That's the defining moment in what you just said. You said people's attention span is short.
Mm-hmm.
So the tap is cool. That gets their attention.
Mm-hmm.
But the way the tool's been laid out is around a formula that will allow you to tell your story, and most importantly, help the prospect connect the dots. Now, I say prospect. If they're a prospect, you'll take that hello and turn it into a 30, 60, 90, 2-minute, 2-hour conversation.
Right.
If they're a suspect, the difference is when you hand somebody a card and you get their information, now essentially you're chasing them for days, weeks, even months, only to find out that they're not qualified to buy your product at all, but you didn't have the opportunity to open up that conversation to do enough discovery.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%.
So this helps you sort, sift, and separate prospects from suspects, because if I tap your phone
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't get your attention, or
Yes.
you won't hit the connect button, you did me a favor.
Exactly.
I'm on to the next deal.
Yes.
So that's the real key. This started in 2017
Mm-hmm.
when someone approached me to invest 50 grand in a digital card company. I wasn't looking to be in this business.
Right.
So I liked it. I almost coughed up the 50, but something was missing.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the idea of this whole quote digital card.
Yes.
And then I bought stuff off the shelf, but something was always missing. And then one night I'm sitting at my dinner table after working with several different people to create something like this. And I'm like, I'm so tired of this. And I'm sitting there complaining at my dinner table with my wife, which is a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
There she is.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at me and she says, "Why don't you stop being stupid?" I'm like, "Pardon me,
Mm-hmm.
are you married?"
Yes,
Huh?
I am.
Why is it?
She's out
there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've ever had those conversations.
Oh yeah.
But
She calls me stupid.
she
all the
called me
time.
stupid. I said, "Well, why am I being stupid?" She said, "Why don't you just do it yourself? You know how to sell. You know the formula. You've been in the home improvement and construction industry." She goes, "Just build it yourself." So fortunately, you met my partner, G.
Mm-hmm.
By the grace of God, I started calling these programmers, designers, developers. 2 people responded. He just happened to live in Vegas. I'm like, that's got to be God, because there's no way that, call it serendipity or whatever you want. I believe it was God.
Mm-hmm.
We had a meeting. I said, "Listen, don't take this out of context. I'm not a tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a boots on the ground, door knocker,
Yep.
networker, been in construction, been in a lot of different industries." I
A
said,
communicator.
"I'm in the client acquisition business.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you my sales process. This is how I want it built. Can you do it?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Yeah, no problem." And we really launched this version. It wasn't even called One Tap Connect about 3.5 years ago at Win the Storm conference.
Mm-hmm.
And we sold like hundreds of clients in a couple days.
Wow.
And that's when we knew we had something. And then we coined it One Tap Connect. And now we've got people literally all over the world. I've got people in South Africa using it,
Wow.
the Philippines, obviously all over the United States,
York, Pennsylvania.
York, Pennsylvania. I got
Okay.
this guy.
Yeah.
Named
So-
Ty.
I heard you mention twice something was missing. What was that something that was missing?
Here's the deal. All these digital cards out there, first of all, there's guys that have digital cards that are metal,
Mm-hmm.
right? They have the metal tap. Metal conflicts with NFC technology. That's why sometimes metal cards work with NFC and some don't. People don't know that. So I wanted to make sure that every single thing on there that you see on One Tap,
Mm-hmm.
where every button is placed, the color of it, everything is articulately done through trial and error. Literally, me having thousands or tens of thousands of conversations at this point to make sure that there's no pattern interruption with the sales process. So when I say something was missing, it dawned on me that tech guys were making a tool for entrepreneurs, business owners, and sales professionals. And they've never done that. They've never knocked a door. They've never ran a lead. They've never made a cold call in their life, but they're coding something for an industry that they know nothing about. So I took the reverse. I built it around a sales process. And initially I built it for me, Ty. Like I built this tool for me, and then it turned into a company.
Yeah.
But
no, I can see that. I mean, I love it. I haven't carried a traditional business card probably since the day I met you at Door to Door Con and you guys activated my first card that I ever had. Since then, I think I've impressed so many people. Like you said, it was the first impression. I broke this thing out at first. I think they think, what the hell is that? And they go to grab it from me. And I'm kind of like, no, just pull your phone out and let me tap your phone. And I would say maybe twice over the past 12 months that I wasn't patient enough to get the tap to work. But as soon as they got their camera out, boom, instantaneously, all of my social media platform is in there. A picture of me, right? That's my meme is a picture, a headshot of me. All of my social media platforms, all ways of means of contacting me, my emails, my LinkedIn, phone number, obviously, all of that website, all of that was in there. And now all of that's in your phone. And how much, when I know for me, like right now, I don't know how many business cards I have in my pocket that people gave me. And I hope those that gave me these business cards don't take this the wrong way. But unfortunately, when I get back to the room tonight, where do you think these are going to go?
Trash?
At least on the dresser or at the
or in a plastic bag on the side of your desk. I know that's where I have literally thousands, because I don't throw them out. I'll always keep them. And for years, she'll say, "Do you want me to throw these out?" And I'm like, "No, those are leads, but you never get to them, right? Or the relationships, and you never get to them. But that's the beauty. And a couple of things that are really different. I put call to action buttons on the microsites. So there's a connect button. So we meet literally in 30 seconds. You can download all my information. I have you hit that connect button. Now I got your cell, your name, your company name. We now can integrate into CRM. So I use HubSpot. So now when I'm at a show, rather than me scanning whatever the show's using, I have them hit the form button, the prospect. They text me their name, their email, goes right into my CRM. My CRM automatically sends them an email back saying, "Hey, would you like to connect for a call?"
Wow.
I have a book me button on there. So I'm booking appointments here at the show. Why do I want to try to chase a roofer down after he's left his business for 5 days? And then I think he's going to hand me his card and I'm going to catch him next week. The guy just left his business, right? He's swamped. If I have him in front of me, let me book the appointment on the spot. So there's a lot of call to action buttons that I put in there because of what I've experienced as a business owner or sales professional that's out there doing client acquisition.
I love it. I love it. I'm obviously sold. I've had it in my pocket for over 12 months and it has never failed me yet. Now you did give me some other components or pieces, other ways of means of using this. So why don't you elaborate a little more on some other ways other than the card that you have to offer?
Well, great question. I'll tell you a quick story. I'm here last year. I'm at my booth. I told my wife I got to go use the restroom. I go in to use the restroom. I'm walking out. This guy starts talking to me. He says, "Do you have a card?" I gave him my consulting card, completely unrelated to OneTap. The first site that I actually made for me before it turned into a company. He goes, "Where'd you get this?" I said, "I know the owner." He goes, "What's his name?" I said, "You're looking at him." He said, "I own a solar company." He said, "I want this for 50 of my reps." He came to the booth and literally spent whatever it was, I don't know, 12, 13, 40, whatever it was, ordered 50. I private labeled all the cards for him and everything. Why am I telling you that story? Because if I was selling apple pies and he wanted to give his clients an apple pie at Thanksgiving that bought solar from him, he would have bought apple pies from me. Now I'm being ridiculous with the example, but point being,
yes.
How did I meet him? Boom. We're literally walking out of a restroom. Now we're standing over here. My partner just happened to video it as I was demoing him. And the guy now is a client, but what was it? I just started a conversation. That being said, I have numerous examples of that. The other thing of how to use this is I use it as a closing tool because we can put before and after shots of the products and services. And because we can put video testimonials or Google reviews or whatever on here, it shows your truth, authenticity, and proof. So when you go in and you give somebody a proposal for a roof and they say, well, let me think about it. Why are they giving you that objection? You, as the sales professional, haven't connected all the dots for that person for trust and certainty. Now, they might tell you it's the money. A lot of times it's not even the money. They've already done their research before you showed up. So now I would say to you, no problem, Ty. Take as much time as you want to think about it. Before I leave, can I give you full access to all my information? Now I tap your phone, and it allows me to go back in and represent to them who I am, what I do, and how I can help them. I can show them a picture of Mrs. Smith's roof. I can show them a before and after shot. I can play a video testimonial. And 9 times out of 10, when I do that, it builds that much more certainty and trust where maybe I upgrade them to a bigger warranty, or I give them gutters included in the roof, whatever.
Yep.
But it's a closing tool that helps you close more deals. It also becomes a training tool for your salespeople because a lot of times you get a green pea that doesn't know how to knock a door or present your marketing message with clarity. So now you can tap somebody's phone. The prospect's holding their phone with your microsite on it. Your salesperson hits your virtual presentation. The CEO pops up and says, hey, how you doing? You probably got one of my reps at your door, whatever. And he goes into his presentation while your guy's up on the roof assessing the roof. They're watching the video. By the time you come down and give a proposal, they already know the company, they know the CEO, and that rep properly represented the company and is learning from listening to that video multiple times. So it sounds very simple, but there was some complexity in really doing it and breaking it down. And quite honestly, I have clients calling me all the time saying, hey, I've got a new idea for you. Here's how I used it in this situation or that situation to close a deal. I bet there's many ways that this thing can be used. And what I love about it the most is the simplicity of it. And the it's very self-explanatory. Once you put this into your phone, right, and you put our contact information on this card, it's user-friendly for the person that you just tapped. But not only that, it's user-friendly for me as well as the consumer of the card. Charlie, I know you're busy, and I don't want to. Didn't you say you had a breakout? I got to be on a panel. On the stage,
All right. I apologize for keeping you as long as you have. But before we go, what is the easiest way if somebody is interested in One Tap Connect? What's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
OneTapConnect.com.
One Tap
all
Connect.
Spelled out. ONETAP Connect.com.
No doubt. Well, Charlie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Appreciate you, brother.
And thank you, viewers, and thank you for everyone that watches. And we will get back to you shortly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.